Oh my gosh, this is like the most messy video ever. I'm filming this outro about like 7 or 8 hours after I filmed the video because... So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my coffee journey. I obviously am a coffee drinker like most people in the world. I like a good cup of coffee. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of what good coffee tastes like.
I mean, maybe people will say otherwise because I like Starbucks.
I genuinely think their pike roast is good.
I discovered I liked iced coffee in about maybe 7th grade, and since like 8th grade or something, I'm a freshman, just for anyone who didn't know for some reason. And in like 8th grade, I started making my own iced coffees, and in one of my videos, I actually showed how I did that. I'll just insert that right here.
This is Dunkin' Donuts medium roast blend. I'm doing 2 cups of coffee, and so I'm going to do 4 scoops of this. And by scoops, I don't mean little spoonfuls, I mean heaping teaspoons. Yeah, that much sweetener in my coffee. So I usually do about that much. That's even like kind of a lot for me. And then I like almond milk in my coffee. So this bottom line right here is where I'm going to fill it with almond milk. And just fill it to that line down there. And just a little more. And after I fill it to there with almond milk, I get some ice. Then I pour it in there. And it's absolutely perfect.
So yeah, so I used to make coffee kind of differently than I do now. It's like the same concept, but it's like a different cup of coffee. Like it's a much better cup of coffee. I feel like my taste buds have matured a little bit and I've been able to discover what I like more, if that even makes any sense at all. I'm tired, I'm sorry. So in order to make my coffee, I have to make the cold brew first. And if you guys don't know, cold brew you have to let sit for 12 to 20 hours and brew. So I'm gonna show you how I make my cold brew. It's so easy. I even say that in the clip from last night. It is like the easiest thing ever. Hello you guys. It is Maddie from the past. And by the past, I mean the night before at 11:08 p.m. So my cold brew recipe has to be the easiest thing you could ever possibly do in your entire life. Oh my gosh, dude, breathe. You really don't care, do you?
No.
So this recipe contains 3 simple steps. The first step that I do is grind my beans. I understand most people probably don't have a bean grinder at their house because like buying grounds is a lot easier. And that's fine. I just, for my cold brew, personally like to use coarsely ground grounds. I don't know why, but it does make it better.
Well, actually, I've never tried it with finely ground grounds, just when I looked it up on some Royal Coffee or something, and it told me to use coarse grounds, so that's what I'm doing.
Here's my jar of beans. We use the 8 o'clock Colombian roast because it's the cheapest brand at Walmart, but it actually is genuinely good coffee. I know for coffee you kind of pay for what you get, but it's pretty good coffee. I usually just pulse it about 10 times. Just to give you an idea of what they should look like. When I say coarse, I mean they're very coarse. So then I take a quart-sized mason jar, and I am making double strength cold brew, meaning for every cup I put 2 tablespoons of grounds. So do the math. If this is 4 cups, because there's 4 cups in a quart, then this would be 8 tablespoons of grounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my 8 tablespoons of grounds in. So now I have my 8 tablespoons of grounds in the bottom of my mason jar. And here comes the most easy step that literally anyone could do. You take your water and you pour it over your grounds. I try and cover all the grounds, but if you don't, it's not a big deal because you can just like shake them up. You just want to make sure everything's covered.
Good night, love you too.
Then I'm simply gonna take my lid and screw it on the top. and then give this a good shake, maybe 5 times. And then stick it in the fridge, and I'm gonna let it sit for 15 hours, which is a reasonable amount of time, I think. So, what is my deal? Why do I look so ugly?
Like, so ugly.
So I will see you tomorrow around 3 o'clock when we filter this and I show you how I like to drink my coffee. Okay, this is literally the most rushed filming you're ever gonna get from me because I have somewhere to be. How I filter this cold brew is first I put it through a thick strainer. It's got all this chunks in the bottom. Got all this chunks. Am I stupid? And I want those out before I actually filter it just because it makes the filtering a little bit quicker. Okay, so this is what my filter looks like. You can honestly just use like regular coffee filters and fold them into triangles and it's completely fine. But I like this thing, it's a little more convenient for me. So I literally, it's
So easy.
I'm finishing up my first coffee from today. So just hours after filming that video, that cup that I'm holding right there, yeah, I dropped it on my driveway and it broke. Towards the end, this process tends to take a little bit longer. So while it's finishing up, I'm gonna wipe down the counter because it does get a little bit messy. And I'm gonna put ice in my cup. So I usually fill the cup about 3/4 of the way. And then I pour the coffee just a little bit over the ice. So I'm just gonna delay this a little bit. So yeah, just a little bit over the ice. And then I take my just original Great Value almond milk and just pour a little bit to make it swirly. I don't like my coffee that creamy and I don't like it that sweet. Obviously, if you like it more creamy or sweet, you do what you like with that. But then, see, this is even a little too much almond milk for me. So then I usually leave myself a little bit of room at the top so that if this happens, I can just pour some more coffee in.
How many cups is this for you today?
Delicious. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really did enjoy this video. I thought, hey, I enjoy myself a good cup of coffee each morning, and I think I have good enough taste to put a new recipe out there for anyone who is interested or is bored with their coffee recipe. Obviously, I'm weird and I don't like sweet coffee, and a lot of people like sweet coffee, but obviously you can just put as much sugar as you want in that coffee. Oh my goodness, do I ever breathe? And it's not a big deal. So, I just thought I'd share with you guys, and those of you who are interested in cold brew but don't have like a French press or any sort of machine to do it, I just wanted to put out there that you don't really need fancy equipment to make a cup of cold brew. You can literally just like put grounds with water and then filter it through a paper coffee filter, and it's super easy. And also, I have seen a lot of videos going around of people making coffee, like, hey, Starbucks recipe, hey, my recipe, hey, trying Emma Chamberlain's coffee, and I was like, I like coffee too, why shouldn't I make a video about it? I hope you learned something. Hope maybe if you are down, you try my coffee recipe. And yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, say whatever you want, maybe say your coffee recipe, or how often you drink coffee, how many cups of coffee you drink per day, if you don't like coffee, or just, hey, I like the video, hey, you're ugly, hey, wash your hair.
Which I'm about to go do.
I love you guys so much, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your life. Why am I dumb? Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.